All Season 7 changes. Yes, I'm super ill, so sorry if I sound weird, but let's just get straight into the good stuff. So let's first look at some of the map changes. Over in Stealthy, you can see there's now a change that has more metal, and this is kind of one of the changes that's throughout the entire map. There's a lot of these really common, now big satellite areas that have a ton more metal. Every one of these also has a built-in launch pad that you can use infinite times as far as I can tell as well, so really cool. Good mobility from all of these spots that are relatively edge map. Sweaty Sands seems like it's changed if you look at the map, but realistically it's only aesthetically changed so far. You can also see that there's still the Guardian Tower left there remaining too. But if you go over to the Castle Fort Crumpet, there's also another one of these new metal areas around here too. I'll get into how many chests there are in a later video because obviously I can't go through and count them all manually this quickly. I just want to get this out very fast. Radio Tower again is one of the areas that has a ton more changes here too. More metal on the map, looks really nice. And then an entire new POI is Corny Complex, which has gone in the way where the old Colossal was. This place is a really good POI, and Boop has tweeted that there's 3 henchman chests here. I haven't gone and fully figured out where they all are yet, but given that there's a basement that has a ton of metal, a really large spread out area, this is going to be a really good drop spot this season. Yet again, Cami Split has been buffed with another one of these satellite areas. Yet again, more metal here, so I do expect this to be way more contested now. The Spire has been completely eradicated and gone, and is now this kind of just hole in the middle of the map. There's a few chests around here and a few bushes with places you can fish as well, but it's not really a good drop spot from what I can see so far. You notice there's another satellite area to the south of this, and then another one completely to the south of Misty. So overall, there's a ton more metal on the map, which is really good because this is something that last season was really lacking. I also forgot to mention that there's one of these south of Slurpy Swamp as well. One other thing, obviously, if you look up, you're going to see a massive spaceship above you. There's also been small changes like these small little purple areas on the map, but there's only a chest or 2 in them, and they're not really hugely significant. I'm not sure if these are brick or metal that go underneath them, but if they're metal, even better to have a ton more on the map. There's a lot of other POIs that are pretty much exactly the same. If you go to Pleasant and Craggy, for example, they both have the same loot as they did before, and still even have that bunker chest there too. Surprisingly, some of the old primal areas are still here, like the old Bony Burbs is still here, and some of these little bridges and things like that were there previously. However, I expect these to go in the future. If you notice, there was a tweet, actually Ozzy made this tweet, that basically it's in the description, says that it seems like the map might be changing more as the season goes on. Plus there's an image that has an OG Tilted Towers in it, so I do expect some of these areas to change in the future. When you're looking on the map, you can also see that there's purple indicators on some of these maps, such as Slurpy that I landed at. And that basically means that there's just some aliens there. They can abduct you, pick you up. So far, it seemed kind of annoying, and I'm not sure if there's a good use that you could use this for to actually rotate. Potentially you can take some of these. I haven't figured that fully out. But any of the purple ones, you know there's some aliens there. They can abduct you and just throw you in random directions. You don't take fall damage, a good note from this as well. The vending machines have also returned in the form of mending machines and weapon-o-matic. Basically, these can give you minis and bandies for 30 gold for 3 minis, which is really good. And the weapon-o-matics have either a green and a blue weapon in it, plus some ammo, or just a blue if it's the sniper one, which I've seen so far. These are really cheap and a really good way to get some good loot, which is a nice change from last season. There's also those malfunctioning ones, but for 100 gold will give you a completely random weapon, which is really cool. There's also phones where you can call these up. For example, the one I found in Slurpy here, we can get challenges from to get more gold, to then spend these on the vending machines. There are still AI around the map that you can still speak to get challenges, such as this one near the radio tower that I spoke to get challenges from, but it's cool to see just some phones and things like that as well. There's also henchmen, IO guards, and Dr. Sloan under Corny right now, who if you eliminate them gives you the mythic pulse rifle, which we'll come to a little bit later. There's U.F.O.s on the map that you can actually still drive. You can fly these, you can pick people up and beam them. You can even pick up items, like you see I picked up this massive rock here, and you can obviously throw them and try and land on people. There's a bomb that you can use in it, and it has a boost, and it seems to have infinite battery, which is really cool. Apparently these are also act as reboot vans, but I haven't tested this out yet. I'll see when I pick up Coach Harry later on today. The llamas on the map now move and run around from you, which has been pretty hilarious so far. They drop loot as you shoot them, but can teleport away from you or closer to you. Moving on to weapons, so what's been unvaulted? So unvaulted has been Deagle's pistols, the heavy AR, aka the AKA, the lever shotgun, the sniper, and the launch pads, tacs, common weapons, which mainly you only get from fishing, and also the silenced submachine gun. What about what's been vaulted? Well, the infantry's been vaulted, the Vendetta Flopper, the Harpoon, which I'm very sad to see, all of the revolvers, and Stinkfish as well. So what about new weapons? Well, there's the ray gun, which I haven't had a chance to use yet. There's the pulse rifle, which essentially is the same as the Stark rifle from Season 4. There's the recon scanner, which basically you shoot and then it is like a shakedown, which just shows where the opponents are in there. And then also the railgun, which is essentially you hold it down and it'll do a 170 damage with the blue one in particular, which unfortunately it goes through builds. If you ADS, it does way more damage than if you hip fire, so this gun I really hope is taken out of competitive because it is so busted. And also if you combine the railgun with the recon scanner, you can find where your opponents are through the builds, use the railgun just to shoot through the builds. It's really mad. Crafting is still here, but it's way less important in this meta, and use nuts and bolts to craft. And there's only 4 different things you can craft right now. You can craft bursts from regular ARs, and whatever rarity, it only requires you to use 1 nut and bolt. You can craft a lever action shotgun from a pump or attack, and you can craft a rapid fire SMG from a silenced SMG, which is really cool. There are also upgrade benches that you can use to physically upgrade again, like in old POIs, but these are extremely expensive to do, and it takes 200 gold to go from grey to green, which is absolutely insane. I haven't figured out what this prop is yet, but Boop tweeted that you can apparently also chair rotate, which is pretty hilarious. And one of the most unfortunate things is that chest spawn rate is unaffected. It is still not 100%. There are henchman chests available in some of these new drop spots, as you can see me landing here, but I'm still unsure what the drop rate of these is. I will be updating the comments down below if anything I've said here is wrong, or if there's anything hugely important I need to add to this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoy this season. Peace!